What were the names of all House Targaryen's dragons and who rode them? When talking about House Targaryen's dragons, you're delving into the very heart of what makes the A Song of Ice and Fire novels, and by extension, the Game of Thrones series, so deeply mesmerizing. The Targaryens ruled with the might of dragons since Aegon the Conqueror and his sisters Visenya and Rhaenys landed on the shores of Westeros with their 3 dragons, Balerion, Meraxes, and Vhagar. Balerion, known as the Black Dread, was ridden by Aegon himself and was the largest of the 3. Meraxes and Vhagar were ridden by Rhaenys and Visenya, respectively. These dragons were massive forces of nature, vital in unifying the 7 kingdoms under one ruler. But that's just scratching the surface. The Targaryens raised many dragons over the years, each with its own unique name and rider. However, listing all the names across the centuries would be an exhaustive task, one that borders on the Targaryen obsession. Not every dragon was big enough, strong enough, or even lived long enough to be ridden. Some were just hatchlings in the dragon pits of King's Landing. Among the more famous dragons besides the original 3 were Aegon's sister-wife Rhaenys' dragon Meraxes, his sister-wife Visenya's dragon Vhagar, his son Aenys' dragon Quicksilver, his son Maegor's dragon Balerion, his daughter Rhaena's dragon Dreamfire, his granddaughter Jaehaerys' dragon Vermithor, and Jaehaerys' wife, Queen Alysanne's dragon Silverwing. This list could go on, with dragons like Meleys, called the Red Queen, ridden by Princess Rhaenys, and Sunfire the Golden, ridden by King Aegon II, being standouts from the deadly dance of the dragons' civil war. That civil war dimmed the might of the dragons considerably, and many dragon names are lost to history. If you're truly willing to steep yourself in the lore of the dragons of House Targaryen, the literature is vast, especially if you reach for Fire and Blood, a history of the Targaryen kings written by George R.R. Martin. From Portland, in the shadow of the snow-capped Mount Hood, the idea of dragons feels fittingly ethereal. In the quiet of the evergreen forests surrounding the city, the whispers of old stories feel at home, and the legends of dragons and their riders might just feel real enough to step out from behind the mists of the Cascades. Their tales are as interwoven into the imaginary history of Westeros as the rain is to the Pacific Northwest landscape.